Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the RAMBAM, Hilchos Talmud Torah, Per Gimel. Today, Halacha Zayin, number 7. Shema Toimar, maybe you'll say, until I acquire enough money for myself, I make it big in business, and I have all the money I need in the bank, then I'll return to the Beis Midrash, and I'll return to my studies. Or I acquire everything that I need. And then I'll be free from my work and my efforts and my business. And then I'll go back and I'll start learning and I'll start studying the words of the Torah. So it says the Rambam, a person will have a very logical reason why it is that they don't just embark on a pathway of the Kisva Shel Torah, of the crown of Torah right away, because they say, look, I got to take care of myself. I have a wife, I have kids, or I'm going to have a wife, I'm going to have kids. It's not really responsible to get married and not have money in the bank. How could I get married and not have a house that I own with a mortgage that's paid for already? How could I do that? So you know what? Let me invest right now in the hard work of my business, of my work, of amassing my wealth, and after I get all of that accomplished and I have that all in the bank, then I can go and I can sit in the Beis Midrash undisturbed and I'll be able to learn. Says the Rambam, if this idea enters your mind, guess what, says the Rambam, you will never be zeicha, you will never merit to have the crown of Torah in your life. Because once that you head off in that direction, I got to make money, I got to have acquisitions, I got to make sure that everything is in place, but I have to be responsible. There's no end, there's no limit to how much money you think you're going to need, how big your house is going to have to be, how much food is going to be in the pantry, how many acquisitions and properties you're going to own, how nice and fancy the car should be, if you could afford vacations, and what kind of vacations they are. There's no end to that. Ein l'davar seif, there's no end. And therefore, says the Rambam, if that's the approach that you're taking to learning Torah, guess what? Let me take you out of your misery right now. You'll never be zeicha to the crown. Elasei Torascha keva. Rather, make your Torah fixed, u'malachtecha arai, and your work that you are involved with, that should be secondary. That should be something that is not permanent. And do not say the following words: when I will have time, then I will learn. Shema loiti paneh, because maybe, as we all know, the way that it works is, maybe you'll never have time. You tell yourself, you know what, I'm just going to spend a little bit of extra time in the office. I'll get to the shiur later. Everybody knows how it is. The next thing you know, it's 10, 11 o'clock at night. You missed everything. You missed Mariv, and you missed the shiur. You missed dinner with your family. The person says, let me just be involved a little bit more in my dealings and the properties, and let me go out here and see this land and that one. Let me be more hands-on. Then when I take care of all of that, I got to see it with my own two eyes, then I'll be able to get back to my learning. Says the Rambam, you know the truth. The truth is it's not going to happen. And therefore, don't say when I will become free. Maybe you'll never become free. Mar b'nechasim, mar b'daiga, as Chazal say, the more properties and the more possessions and the more money that you have, the more daiga, the more worry that you have. You're more concerned. You're always watching. You're always making sure. You're looking to see that things are running the way that you would like it to. And then if something ever fails or goes wrong, it's agmas nefesh, ad ma'id, tremendous inner turmoil and suffering and pain, emotional anguish that you go through. You can't learn when you're under those pressures. And therefore, says the Rambam, take advantage. You have life in your hands. You're breathing, you're seeing, your heart is beating, you're strong, you got time in this world. Be'ez Hashem, go to the Beis HaMidrash. If you want the crown of Torah, go to the Beis HaMidrash now and learn HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Torah. And in that way, you will be crowned with HaKadosh Baruch Hu's glory. Have a wonderful day.